We're so excited to welcome our second guest of the day, Chaya Spencer, founder and owner of Shree Yoga in Saddle River. Chaya is celebrating 20 years of bringing yoga, wellness, and community together. Chaya, welcome to the show.
Thanks so much, Lisa. I'm really happy to be here.
20 years in business is a huge accomplishment.
It certainly is. It's been quite a ride, and I'm so pleased that we have made it through 20 years.
Absolutely. What do you think sets your yoga studio apart from all the others here in New Jersey?
Well, that's a hard question to answer. There are many wonderful, wonderful studios out there. Perhaps what sets us apart is that we have a very small studio, and so we are very community focused and know all the people that come through our door. We greet them by name. We know what their issues are, and we focus on an alignment-based form of yoga. So we're not a hot yoga, we're not a superpower yoga. We're more yoga that is based in alignment and spirituality. And part of that is because I spent a lot of time in India since I was a child studying yoga philosophy. And so when I teach yoga and when we teach yoga at the studio, there's a strong philosophical component to the classes. So we really seek to target body, mind, and spirit. So it's a full, whole body, whole person experience. It's not just a fitness class.
It sounds very relaxing.
It is relaxing. It's very good for the nervous system, but it's also a good workout at the same time. We move, we have classes that are very strong, for people who are very strong and want a strong practice and want an advanced practice, want to stand on their head or stand on their hands or balance on their arms. But we also have a lot of classes that are for people who cannot do that. I remember one time somebody came into my beginner class, which is like the easiest class we had at the time, and they said, "Oh my God, this is just way too hard." And I thought, oh, if the class is too hard, for the beginner class is too hard, we need a whole suite of classes that are more accessible for more people. I developed a whole range of classes that are gentle, therapeutic, chair yoga, yoga for osteoporosis, a strong bones class, restorative yoga for people who are just stressed and need to chill and balance their nervous system. So that's another thing that sets us apart, is these kind of more therapeutic, gentle classes that you won't find in a lot of other more mainstream venues for yoga.
Yeah, well, you're approaching the curation of your classes from a unique perspective that maybe a lot of the other yoga studios don't have because of your travels.
When I was a kid, my mother was searching for the meaning of life, and she happened upon an Indian guru and became completely devoted and committed, this person and this path. And so as her child, my brother and I were kind of dragged along. But I found actually that I really enjoyed and took to the philosophy and the chanting, the yoga, the meditation. It really set me off on my own journey. And when I was 14, I went to India to study with this teacher. And when I was 15, I went back and spent the next 3 years in India and traveling with him, learning more deeply and teaching yoga and meditation and Indian philosophy. And so it's become such an ingrained and integral part of me. That's also what I then bring now into my yoga classes and have the other teachers who teach there bring into their yoga classes.
That's so beautiful. You mentioned that you're very community minded. You know everybody's name, but how do you give back?
Well, we give back in a number of different ways. Financially, we give back to the community. We donate 10% of our proceeds every year to different, both local New Jersey and Rockland County organizations, and also to more global organizations. So we give back financially. And, we do other community things. We have field trips. We have a free book club. During COVID, we offered a number of free things to support the community. I gave a free weekly meditation, breathing classes to help people manage their stress. So those are some of the ways that we give back to our community, because our community is really the reason we are still in business. If people don't come through the door, there is no business. So our 20 years, I think, are because of the way in which we are a community And we have students who have been taking yoga with us. So for the 20 years, but also for the 7 years before we opened up in Saddle River, where I started teaching in a Taekwondo studio in Rockland County. So people have been studying yoga with us for that long. They're now in their 80s
Wow.
and 70s. And teachers who have also stayed the course with us. I feel really fortunate to be involved in such a wonderful organization.
Well, you are getting a lot of good back because you're giving out so much, right? It's
Yes.
all that karma.
Saddle River is a great community. People are really discerning. They're just wonderful. The town has been super helpful in providing all the permits we needed when we were opening and supporting our small business. They've been great, and we have great neighbors in the courtyard, lovely people, and we love having them come in and be part of the studio.
And you mentioned how you give back to the community in so many ways. You do stuff even with like the fire department of Saddle River.
Yes, well, we donate to the fire department, and we donate to the Policemen's Benevolent Association. And when we opened, we gave free classes to the firemen and the policemen. They've been great. And we actually had a situation where the studio didn't catch on fire, but there were bathrooms that are adjacent to the studio just outside, and there was a fire in there. And so we had the Saddle River Fire Department and the Allendale Fire Department and another fire department, and they just came in and they handled the situation so magnificently. So grateful. But it's really wonderful being part of the community of Saddle River and North Jersey, and having the studio. And I have to tell you, Lisa, it's so fulfilling, like personally to me. I mean, it's wonderful to have a successful business, but even more than that, when someone says to me, this has changed my life, or this has had a huge impact on the way I live my life, or the way I think, or the way I feel like I am making a difference in the world. I feel like what I do counts, and that is so fulfilling on a personal level.
You have to do what you love. Right? I mean, us business owners, we love what we do. That's the driving force behind getting up out of bed every day.
Absolutely.
So celebrating 20 years, how are you doing that?
We made t-shirts for Shri, so we have the Sanskrit Shri symbol. Shri means that which is life-enhancing, full of blessings and abundance. It's another name for the Hindu goddess Lakshmi, who is the goddess of all of that. And we're just talking about it and celebrating with the teachers, celebrating with the students, just really saying, yay, we did it, 20 years.
You did it. Well, congratulations on such an accomplishment. It was so wonderful having you in the studio. Where can people find out more about you and Shri?
So we're in Saddle River, and we are on social media, and we have a very extensive website, which is www.shreeyoga.com. You can reach me through my personal email, which is chaya@shreeyoga.com. You can call me. I'm the only person that answers the phone. And I love to speak to people who are wondering if yoga is a good practice for them. Maybe they've done yoga before, but they've been off the mat for the last 3, 5, 20 years. Maybe they have some physical condition that they're working with. Maybe they have an autoimmune situation, or they're coming out of chemo, or they've got a bad back and they just want to speak to someone to know how they're going to be able to practice to be safe. And so I'm always happy to speak to people one-on-one and check in. We also have a beginner special, a newcomer special package, which includes a 20-minute phone consultation with me and your first classes and a bunch of videos and things to help get you started.
That's
if new yoga is new for you.
Well, that sounds so amazing. And just being in your presence, you're very calming and nurturing. So your classes must be phenomenal.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for visiting us here today on Your New Jersey.
Lisa. My
Congratulations
pleasure.
to you as well.
Thank you.